today I've got Teenice here, it's my brother here next to me. I'm just going to be asking him about his experience in biking, how he started, where is he now, and then what is the message to the young boys who always seeing make us like it. So today I'm going to learn more. Mana sha wala mfeti wala Teenice shakuzit ala faras. Today finally you are here.
Yes,
just a quick one, my brother. The only thing that I just want to find out from you, what is it exactly that makes you to fall in love with biking? King riding on a rip on a bike, what do Muriash? Until now, I want to see myself riding this thing. What was the thing behind that?
This started since I was young, at a young age, where we were riding our bicycles. And when I had a
Who ride over? Who rider?
No, I was staying in the van. I was young.
So you started to ride biking? I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
So like I used to ride with my friends. Like I had passion. I always wanted to.
So what were you riding that time? BMX?
Yeah, I was riding a BMX.
So what BMX do you have?
It was a mongoose.
Mongoose. The name of that bike was mongoose.
Yeah. It was a mongoose.
Okay.
So like I had passion in bikes. Plus I had a mountain bike. And I was good in doing wheelies, like I was just this rough rider.
A bicycle?
Yeah, and my mother bought me that bicycle. So like I had two bicycles, plus the BMX, plus the mountain bike.
Yeah. So you're a cheese boy in the van.
Yeah.
Small bike and a big bike.
Three. Yeah.
You can't decide.
I was told that.
Okay.
I grew.
All right. Yeah.
Now we're having the bodybuilding.
Yeah, and then.
So like I had Indian friends, they used to have quad bikes.
Okay.
So they teach me how to ride quad bikes, even go-karts. I had passion in this active, let me say, like in terms of, let me say, bikes, go-karts, like adrenaline.
Yeah. So basically, it was just you growing up loving something of riding.
Of riding.
Okay, so from there, where did it start? What was your first bike that you bought? And when was this?
Okay, let me say, the first bike that I bought, it was Scrambler.
Okay.
But it was not in a good condition. So I ended up selling it. Then that's when I lost interest into this bike thing. Then I had a friend, he was the late, it was Ramzi.
Okay.
He was a guy who I grew up with.
So like one day I would love for me to be like
no, like we grew up, he was my best friend.
Was your
so
best
like
friend. Okay.
Due to finance, not from side and I need the finance. So now on my side I didn't fix sharp, and obviously the chicks separate parents, mother there, father there. So I'm not just follow
most of the time it happens that way. No problem.
I like bikes. So like he's the one, like immediately when he bought a bike, he told me and let's see the bike. I know you like bikes.
So what was your first bike except the Scrambler when you started to have the bike that you did up, the one that I know now?
Okay, the first bike that I have now, let me say, in terms of super bike, the bike that I have now, it's the first bike, but I was always riding this other 675, it was a Tramp.
Okay.
His name was Yaku. Yeah.
The name of the bike?
No, the owner. The owner friend of mine. He used to borrow it.
Oh, he used to borrow it?
Yeah,
okay.
Because he was a cheese boy.
Yeah,
he used to borrow me his bike. Then there was this other mechanic guy called Sylvester.
Okay.
And then he had a Yamaha.
So you guys would ride together now and again?
I was working for this guy called Feroz, YN Sons. So like at times when I'm on duty and like during the day if it's not busy, I would like just take my bike in, go to the guy's workshop, just do the bike there, start riding the bike the whole day.
Okay.
I enjoyed riding.
So when did you become have your own one that I know now?
I'm not sure.
How long
Sure. It's long.
So for you, I know that you don't belong to a club, né? And since you've been riding the bike that you are riding now, there's a lot of things that you experience. Obviously, as the new guy in biking, when I met you as well, I was like, okay. Then there was some faulty there, but I managed to fix those faulty. then I did fix that, and look at you today. And you know, Manashane, what is nice about this whole thing, your biking, it's nice, né? And to have someone who sees you, Ekasi, seeing you having a business that you have, and having this hobby that you have, and people, they will see you doing up and downs. They don't know that the adrenaline that you always get on the bike is always exciting. So for when, what is your longest trip? Except the one that you took with me. What is your longest one? No, you can even say the one that you took with me.
On my side, I would say the Palali.
Okay.
Palali.
You were riding with who? You had people were riding with you, or you just sort of ride for you when you bike?
I went there with a friend.
Okay.
It was just the in and out trip.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just summarize it. How was the experience for you riding there as the first longest trip? Except the one that actually Lipalale, I'm not sure what's the distance between Lipalale and
the one
and Polokwane and the one for Bilabela, the one that we took into the Namaskra.
Yeah.
So I won't calculate that. But for me personally, on our one that we had, it was a nice one. So the one that you're talking about, I understand, because I was not there. So it was, how many people were riding going there? It was you and someone else?
We were only three
guys.
Yeah.
So, okay. Just summarize what happened on that trip.
No, it was just a normal trip because I'm used to riding, and most of the time I could just ride my bike alone, go to Vegas, go to home, go to TEF, So for me, I enjoy riding with mature people, like riding with you, such things. I don't like riding with wild people.
Oh, just gonna be doing things.
Yeah, because what I can tell you, I once fell, and I fell a lot of times. No more biking away, Joe.
I'm still gonna come to that part. Just forget about it. I'm still gonna come back to that part. The only thing that I'm interested to you now, biking, it makes you see, like from me, I'm from KZN. Today I know you because of biking. So there's a lot of things that we learn through this biking. There's a lot of things that you learn as well since you're introducing on this thing, beside to what you are doing on your business, because we all have our things that we do Monday to Friday, but there's a weekend whereby I feel like, let me take this thing as a hobby, like biking. So now you meet people in biking, people that becoming your brother like myself. You're my younger brother to me now, as you know that. So now those things, when as the person who already now in biking, for someone who wants to come and becomes, obviously, they see you riding up and down, but these ladies, they praise you. You don't know how many people that they like biking in a way that you'll have people that becomes your fans. You don't have fans when you just bought something that you like, but you're becoming inspiring a young person when they see you there. So now, since you are there, you used to see people doing that. What is the message to these young boys who still want to be like, having a business like having a business, also riding, balancing these two things, and at the same time you're a family man. Obviously, you need to be with your family. So for someone who's watching this on this channel, what the message can you give it to him to say, listen, the same way that I explained to me, this is how I started, like this Nirvana thing that you just explained to me. Just summarize that thing for us to tell us, and then we're going to come to that bike explain that.
Okay, to me, to advise the young ones, I would say, just killing some. As the young ones.
Yeah, for someone who saw you a car, if Manasha, if we can see this thing that you are doing today, and he's like, oh, this is how Natty Nice started. What can stop me as well? If Natty Nice, he can able to start at the simple, like the riding bicycle in Nirvana, and now you are riding.
So now you are telling someone who's like, okay, sharp, it's possible, you can. Because me now, when I started biking, I didn't have a mentality with this biking thing in this money. I started riding because I love something. You started riding because you love it. So now you are telling someone who wants to become like you going forward, like your son, for example.
My son.
If your son can say, timer, can you go na mala bike, can you go try to lawyer? I mean, unfortunately, my son is not into biking. I don't know why. What's the story about that thing?
No, first of all, I'll tell him to work hard. I'll tell him to work hard, focus on his studies, then have his own money. Because what I can tell you, in bike valley, you need to have money.
That's true.
You need to have money.
That's true. I know that.
So it's being in the bike valley, it's not something.
It needs cash because obviously these things they need maintenance. And most of the time when we play with these things, it becomes like you're playing to it becomes a cost to you.
Yeah, and one thing I can tell you, if you're focused into bike valley, you need to focus because you can't mix two things at one time. If you're a businessman and here comes the bike valley, because if you're a businessman, you need to focus on your business because it's for living.
Yes.
Then bike valley, it's for enjoyment.
It's a hobby.
It's a hobby.
Yeah.
So that's why I can tell you that you need to be patient and focus. Then when you're on your free time, that's when you can go for the bike valley.
But this thing for biking, it can be for anyone. It doesn't have to be
anyone,
someone who's rich. It doesn't have to be someone who they go and I like I know where I come from. I'm the only one in the village who's doing a bike. That I'm 100%. So now that's why I said the things that we do, and in biking, there's good or bad on these things. But what I know about biking, as a person who's been riding now for 18 years now, I always got this belief that in order for you to last long in biking, first of all, you need to have a discipline with your bike. You need to make sure whatever thing that you want to do, you don't fall for crowd. When you feel like it's time for you to go home, don't write a letter. If you're going to go with people, you feel like, Madia, how I will enough for you to not to go, don't go. So those are the things that I will motivate most of the people when they come to biking to say, listen, understand one thing. When you start to buy your own bike, like you said, you ride a lot of people. And it comes to a point of why you did experience accident. Yeah, speaking of that accident, explain the accident. Not the one that, I don't know, just explain the bike accident.
All my accidents.
That is still sitting in your head. No, the one that is still sitting in your head that you remember, you said, you know what, on that accident,
there was this time, I think it was 2023 or 2024.
Yeah.
It was Father's Day. I was happy. It was Father's Day, and I was happy.
No.
And I was riding with Kolu.
Yeah.
Calipper.
Yeah. Oh yes, and I'm gonna come here.
Yeah.
I'll ask you this
so Mr. Black Label.
Yeah.
He called me, then he said, let's have a riding session. You know, like we were happy. I didn't even keep my riding suit. I was just wearing just normal.
So you were just, the only thing to protect up for you was just your helmet.
It was just my helmet and my gloves.
Yeah.
That's when we were riding. We were having fun, you know, starting from the morning, riding. We went to Savannah, had some few food and some drinks, you know. And one thing I can tell you that never ride a bike being intoxicated. It's the best advice that I can give.
Can you say that louder?
Yeah.
Never ride a bike when you are
intoxicated.
Yeah.
So like I was happy. That's when we started being overcrowded. We went to take borders. That's when we met our other friends. We met you.
Okay.
That's when we started riding to, I think we were going to Latgag.
Can't remember that.
Yeah, we went to Latgag. Then after Latgag, we were crowded. I think we were 20-something.
Any bike?
Yeah. Then we were going to Conflict.
Yeah.
So I was riding with the S1K guys. Plus those guys, you know, they're riding the ABX bike.
Oh, is that the, now I remember that day. So last cut now I remember that day. So I was going to reflect.
And you're the one who told me to ride, whereas I told you I don't want to ride. I nearly lost my ride.
I remember that story.
And it's not a problem. We were riding. So those guys, their bikes are too fast. ABS, I'm also riding my bike happy. Plus my bike got a quick shifter. So like I was enjoying the ride. That's when they started stopping. And like I on my bike, the back 30% brakes were not working.
Okay.
So I was using my front brakes. So immediately when I pressed the front brakes, the bike wobbled.
Yeah.
Then I panicked. Then I started thinking, what should I do here?
And you want to stop sign?
It's on a T junction.
Yo.
And I was
I didn't see. I was at the back. I didn't see that.
I think I was riding 100 or 120 kilometers per hour. So that's when like I started deciding.
Now it is a stop sign now.
And there's like 5 cars.
There's 5
at
cars
the
before the robot.
So something just told me, my guy, if you use this middle lane there at the front, that person is gonna turn.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna hit a car on the side, and that bike is gonna start.
Yeah.
Then I said, nah, let me just take a risk. Let me take the left side.
Far left, yes.
I took the far left, the yellow lane.
Yeah.
So through my mentality, you know, these guys of MotoGP, there's this other sharp curves, you know, those guys can just lean, you know.
So you wanted to lean, huh?
You know,
yeah,
you know.
And then,
so I wanted to lean. That's when I saw it. Then I saw it coming. Actually, I saw it coming.
Yeah, before you even fall.
That's when I don't know what I that's when I left the bike. Bike was sliding. I'm busy tumbling. Time the first time I can't. Second time I can't. Third time I wake up. I didn't know where to get it in it. I mean, I understand I was intoxicated, you know.
What did you drink?
I was drinking. I had reach low with Colo, and he was having black label there by 10 p.m.
Oh, yeah. I was not aware of that.
So I was drunk already.
Yeah, but you know, out of that accident, because of, you know what I said, I remember that day, and you know, this is something that I will advise to a lot of guys, like I said to you, probably, when you're going to leave home, know when you're coming back.
Yeah.
I forced you to ride that day. You don't want to ride.
I didn't.
But you needed an accident. And imagine if at the worst part is, I ask your mother to say, we want to go somewhere, we'll come. And now imagine if, for me, to ask your mother for us to ride, the next thing involved in your bike accident. So it goes back to the same thing to say, when someone asks you to say, let's go somewhere, and the matter how hard don't go. Because something will happen. Yes, something. This was a way of proving that day. I remember I was on the back, but the moment when I get there and I see what happened, I feel bad that why did I block the road from the beginning? Because I was the road captain from the beginning. But because of I blocked the road, was because we were driving out there. So now I couldn't catch up with the guys on the front. But I still say this: if it was me on front, when we're not gonna get it. It happens that, like you said, the people on front, you couldn't able to communicate and understand you. You push it more, they push it more, then you must control. But it's good because of you learned that.
I learned, but one thing I can tell you in bike riding, you cannot predict an accident.
That's true.
And you cannot predict when you're gonna fall.
You won't know that.
You won't know. But through the experience that I have or had, I fell a lot of times.
Yeah,
and I don't think a bike will kill me.
So now the bike don't kill you. It tried when it don't kill you.
Then I nearly lost my life.
I was there.
Plus, you remember that bus?
Hey, the bus.
And everything happened through a second.
In a second, 6 seconds. I remember, because that's what I said for me. When we're sitting there and thinking about everything that just happened, I was going to be living with that guilty conscience for the rest of my life. But the fact that I screamed from your mother, and then when you were like, hi, I'm not going to ride today. And then we were like, hi, let's ride. And look what happened. Yeah. But we learn from
Sometimes
those
we-
things.
yeah.
We learn from those things. It's okay. But yeah, but thanks a lot, Teenice. Hopefully, to everyone who wants to learn and understand, and the people who see you from the Halaba to Sishiro, and the business that you do, I'll say to me, as I know you for all these years, you're a good guy. Keep it up doing what you're doing, and I'm still gonna be a big brother, and we're gonna ride a lot, and nothing will change. Just keep on riding, and tell all the people from your company and the people that you know to subscribe and like Guluva Family. And thanks to our sponsors, PMR, Sebo, Tago, subscribe and like.